The mysterious old man touched a fat man's face. From then on, the fat man lost 3 pounds every day. He had to eat everywhere he went, otherwise he would have died from the weight. The main character, Bill, is a heavyweight lawyer. He always weighed 300 pounds. He can't keep his mouth shut and he can't move his legs. And he has a slim wife. To keep his weight in check, she makes him a diet every day. One day Bill got a big case. The client was a gangster. With his superb business skills, he made the black look white. He easily cleared the boss of the crime. The two of them formed a strong friendship. In the evening, he returns home from a dinner party with his colleagues. Bill and his wife were distracted by something else they were doing while driving. They hit an old gypsy woman. She was the daughter of a chief. But in court, the judge and the police are both close friends of Bill's. He managed to shirk all responsibility. Bill walked out of the courtroom in a happy mood. And then an old man called out to him. The old man reached out and touched Bill's face and said, "Get thin." Bill looked confused, but he didn't take it seriously. But in the next few days, something strange happened. Bill started losing weight like crazy. He was losing 3 pounds a day. His wife was delighted. She thought the diet was finally working. Bill was bragging to his friends about his weight loss. When he went to the shower with the judge, Bill learned that another gypsy had touched him a few days earlier. Then his skin started to break out. Bill touched his face after hearing this. He had a bad feeling about it. Day after day, Bill was losing more and more weight. In the last half month, he had already lost 50 pounds. His wife was worried that he was suffering from a terminal illness, so she sent him to her doctor friend for a checkup. But the medical report showed that Bill's health was fine. He was even healthier than the doctor. At this point, Bill wished he was sick. Otherwise, he was losing 3 pounds a day for no reason. He was afraid that one day he would die from the weight. In just a few days, he went from 300 pounds to 150 pounds. All he could do was eat like crazy. Fried chicken legs and cream cake. He ate whatever was high in calories, but he just couldn't get fat. He couldn't get fat as fast as he could get thin. The same thing happened to the judge. Bill found out from the judge's wife the day the old gypsy touched the judge. He said, "Lizard." After that, the judge developed scales on his skin. He has now gone to the big city for medical attention. The judge's wife became more and more agitated as she spoke. She blamed it all on Bill. If he hadn't run over the gypsy, her husband would not have been cursed. Bill realized the seriousness of the situation. He told his wife about the old man. She didn't believe him at all. Instead, she thought he was mentally unstable. That's when he thinks of the policeman who helped him with his perjury in court. He went to the policeman's house and found him rotting like a monster. He told Bill it was all because of the gypsy chief. He tells Bill to kill him, but he's still waiting for the chief to lift the curse and save his life. He couldn't do it. The policeman was in deep despair. After Bill left the house, he chose to leave the world. He returns home to discover that his wife and the doctor have an unusual relationship. He also overhears them discussing they were going to put him in a mental hospital and then take over his property. But his priority is to lift the curse. He doesn't expose them. Bill got a detective to investigate. He got a trail of gypsies. He took a few twists and turns. He found the chief in a small town in the middle of nowhere. But the gypsies didn't like him very much. In their eyes, Bill was a murderer who had killed and not paid for it. Bill lifts his shirt. By now he was skin and bones. He begged and pleaded. He wanted the chief to lift the curse and let him go. The chief, of course, was unfazed. His granddaughter even hit Bill's hand with a slingshot. Bill returns to the hotel. Furious, he had to call in the black boss who had helped him in the first place. It's different when you're a member of the community. Even the other man's dog was not spared. The boss drugged up and left a note declaring war. He then hired a young man to spy on the chief and his gang. But the next day, the young man died in the car. A chicken head was stuffed in the mouth. The boss was furious. He had been in the business for decades. It was the first time he had ever been provoked like that. So with weapons in hand, he swept through the gypsy tribe. In the confusion, he killed the chief's granddaughter-in-law. He had seen the brutality of the black boss. The chief was afraid that something would happen to his granddaughter. He had to find Bill to compromise. The chief told Bill that the curse could not be lifted, but it could be transferred. After that, he took out a slice of pizza and mixed Bill's blood into it. As soon as someone ate the pizza, the curse would be transferred to that person, and Bill would be completely cured. And by now Bill had someone in mind. He called home and sent his daughter away. He told her to sleep at a classmate's house tonight. By the end of the night, he tricked his wife into eating the pizza as a gift. The next day he woke up and lifted the covers. His wife had died. Bill walked downstairs satisfied, but the next moment he was dumbfounded. He found 2 sets of cutlery in the sink. That means 2 people had eaten the pizza. His daughter was very happy to see her dad looking better. She said something like,
I just had a piece of your pie for breakfast. Yes, Dad, it was delicious.
Bill was devastated. He didn't want to live either. Just as he was about to eat his pizza, the doctor rang the doorbell. He had an idea. He immediately invited the doctor in for breakfast with enthusiasm. He decided to transfer his daughter's curse to the doctor once again. Well, that's it for today's story. If you like it, please follow and leave a comment. We'll see you next time.